Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is so very special. We are doing a yet another FOMO wish list for August. Where is the year going by? August has come to a stop and I cannot believe that the year is coming to an end. Of course, I love fall season, so all the releases are capturing my attention and I always knew I get so hyped up with these fall Halloween holiday launches, which is the season in August, September, and October. And I feel like by the time October end hits, all the holiday launches are right around the corner. So I'm very, very excited for the makeup industry right now. I cannot wait to talk about what all made to my FOMO wish list and which I am buying, which I already have in my collection and which is going to be out of my wish list. So if you're ready, let's begin. Okay, while we're talking about the FOMO wish list for August, I have so much to cover. We'll do our eye makeup together when we're talking about it because there is a lot to cover. The first thing that is on my wish list was the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Ellis Atlantis 2 collaboration. Now, the first one, I completely skipped it just because I felt like that's not me in a palette, just because I felt like it is so colorful and it was so rainbowy. But the second one, I really liked. I cannot find a brush, if you cannot say. I feel like there was so much. I'm taking my Witch City Salem palette from Nomad Cosmetics and I'm going to take this Devil's Book shade. I'm just going to show it to you while I'm doing it. I felt like the second collaboration, the palette was huge, and that's one thing that keeps me away from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. But then they came out with like two smaller version of those palettes, the matte palettes, and I was like, I am not sure whether I do need those tones in my collection because the cool tone version was too gray and I'm not big on grays. And the warm tone version, I mean, out of the two, I like the warm tone version more, but the purples were better, I feel like, at least for me, in the cool tone one. Then I was thinking, should I just get the bigger one? And then I was like, oh, do I even need it? And thinking about it so much, I was like, no, I don't need the matte palette, but the shimmer palette. I feel like I'll definitely get the shimmer palette. I've not gotten it as yet, and it was sold out so quickly too. And I was like, yeah, maybe not now, but on a sale price I can definitely get it. The shimmers look so twinkly, so beautiful. I really wish that the shimmers are reminiscent to the formula of the Longing palette because that was my favorite Blend Bunny Cosmetics shimmer formulas that they had. Those twinkly formula. It's not like thicker by any means. It's not textured by any means. So I'm really hoping that that is the case. I am going to take that same shade on the outer corner of the lower lash line. So the shimmer palette is definitely still staying in my wish list. I'm not going to take it out of my wish list, but the matte palette will definitely go away. Because I don't think at this point of time I don't need it in my collection, although I love Blend Bunny mattes. Okay, so if that is your color story, I cannot recommend that even more. I also wanted to say Blend Bunny Cosmetics is re-releasing their Sugar and Spite palette, which was previously known as Sugar and Grunge palette. I very recently did use that palette in a 3 palettes 3 looks video. You might have not seen it as yet, but it is coming in the future very soon. And the other palette that is going to get released is the Sickly Sweet palette, which is more of the pastel palette. So just do keep that in mind. If you were eyeing that, it's definitely coming in full force. I'm gonna just take that in my crease and just blend it. Now, this next thing that is on my wish list is Simply Push Cosmetics Down to Earth palette, and they did say that they are gonna send it to me in PR, but I've not received it as yet. Maybe the shipment has not arrived or something like that. But if it is arriving in my stash, I would definitely do a video on it. So that is still staying in my wish list. Next, we have the Ensley Rain Lands of Enchantment, the second version, the new version. And I did the whole review reveal video of this palette, actually the whole collection. If you are into pastels and some special shimmer shadows, you would absolutely love it. It also comes with a highlighter palette, which is very, very special. And it also comes with a lip gloss as well as 3 moon dust. You know how much I love my moon dust. That's not a surprise for anybody, but I have my full review reveal 3 looks with the palette and the other items in the collection, all already reviewed in this channel. So if you want it, I'll link it in the icon zipper for you guys. Okay, the next thing that is on my wish list was Unearthly Cosmetics. So they actually sneak peeked their Feral palette, just the art cover. I don't know how the color story would be, so I'm still waiting on that. But Unearthly Cosmetics, they also did launch their Gothic Romance palette, and they did come out with the entire collection. Now, Gothic Romance definitely did remind me of the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Barely Basic palette, and I think I have it right in front of me. So let me show it to you. And obviously, I am plopping pictures on the screen. So let me show it to you. It definitely did remind me of that, except the purple column. So I feel like there's no doubt that I would not like Unearthly Cosmetics palette, but also I feel that I can wait. I feel like I can definitely wait for a sale. Unearthly does get a lot of sales in their whole line, and I feel like I can definitely wait. I'm gonna take this shade, Hocus Pocus, and just tap it on top of it just to deepen it out a little bit. So for that reason, actually the entire collection had like 4 lipsticks, mousse lipsticks, out of which I definitely don't need 4 of them, but if individually it was sold, I would have definitely picked 1, because I feel like they do very interesting color stories, and I definitely wanted to try their formula too. And then the cheek palette, actually I'm not a big cheek palette person, but it excited me really well. So maybe the cheek palette might also come in my collection. And obviously the palette is matte heavy. I really like a good split of color story in mattes and shimmers. So that is actually steering me a little away from the palette, but nothing is like no, I don't need it kind of situation. I'm gonna take this shade, Old Burying Point, which is so pretty, and I love this formula so much. You can see that twinkling effect. I really love that. Okay, let's talk about the next thing in my wish list, and that is the Bella Beauty Bar collaboration with Nupour, which is the Coalescence palette. And I feel like I adore Nupour as a creator. Like, I definitely go to her swatches, especially because she is like my skin tone. So I feel like I get like so much of help with whether I do need that palette in my collection or not. I really feel like I wanted to support her. So I'm pretty sure by the time I'm filming it, it's not launched as yet. But by the time you're seeing it, I'll definitely plop it on the screen whether I did get it or not. I am leaning towards getting that palette, but you never know when my mind changes. But I'm pretty sure that I would be really happy if I buy her collaboration palette. I'm not a big collector of Bella Beauty Bar, but also the influencers that really appeal to me, I definitely want to support them too. I'm taking this shade, the Crucible, and I'm just taking that as the meshing shade between the matte and the shimmer. Okay, just right there. The next thing I'm gonna actually from the Nupour's collection, I am more interested in the palette rather than the singles. I feel like I do have those kind of singles in my collection, so if I need it, I'll definitely can get it from my collection. But the palette, I feel like I definitely had to support her. Okay, the next thing that is in my wish list is from One Size, and this is their Boucle Silk pressed powder, and this is more like a finishing powder, and I'm actually very excited for it. I'm not a big like powder person. I do have my staple powders in my collection, but I was like, I felt like I should definitely give it a try. I also feel like because I am more of a combination skin person, and this is a finishing powder, it's not going to be heavy on my skin. That's the only thing that I get afraid of One Size Beauty, is because their products are generally of like a full coverage product, and I'm sure if you pack this powder on your face with like a powder puff or something, you will definitely get like a good amount of coverage, but I intend to use it like a finishing powder with like a big fluffy brush. And I can definitely see myself like grabbing this powder. I'm not running out to buy it right now, but maybe for a Sephora sale, I can definitely see myself like grabbing it and adding it to my cart. So that is definitely going in my wish list. The current recent releases, I feel like they've all been so exciting that I cannot take my eyes off it. They are really, and this only will get more tougher and tougher because I love fall season and I love when brands come out with their fall releases and Halloween releases. They absolutely capture my attention. So there's a lot of things that is actually capturing my attention. So cannot complain, but also cannot buy everything. The next thing that is on my wish list was the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. Now she did, you know how much I love their High Glam concealer, but I think the price of that foundation is more than $50, and it has a good amount of shade range too. I would definitely watch out for the reviews. I am not intending to buy it right here and then. I would wait for a sale. If it goes out for a 20% sale at least, then I can think about purchasing it. But at this point of time, I am really satisfied with my Maybelline foundations. You know how much I love the 24-hour skin tint as well as the 30-hour foundation, the Lumi matte foundation. And I don't think I need to spend my money on a high-end foundation and test it out right now. I don't get PR from Natasha Denona. I don't get PR from a lot of brands. So I have to definitely be focused on like where to spend my money and where not to. And I feel like I can definitely save on my complexion products because you know how much I love my eyeshadow palette. So I definitely would spend my money there on indie brands and high-end brands, but complexion is the area where I can actually save my money. The next thing that is on my wish list is from MBA Cosmetics, and this is the Midnight Garden palette. Now I'm not sure if they're going to send it in PR or not. I'm generally an affiliate with MBA Cosmetics and I can pick out the products that I can buy. So hopefully I can get this in PR, but I will reach out to the brand and see if this comes in my collection or not. I feel like the mattes were really well. Again, it is a very bigger palette, but I would love to test out the quality of MBA Cosmetics and see how they are because I feel like the mattes are gorgeous no matter what, but I also feel like they have like distinct shimmers. One that is like very sparkly and the other one is more like satiny. I really hope that this is more on the sparklier side, but less on the textured side, but we'll definitely review it if it lands in my collection. The next thing that is there on my wish list was the Haus Labs Precision Sculpt Shaping Balm, and this definitely captured my attention. But there's another product which also is very similar. Let's talk about it. It's Lunar Beauty Bronzing Stick, and I felt like when I saw and compared both of it, I was actually intrigued more about Lunar Beauty, but you never know. This is Pillow Talk Medium by Charlotte Tilbury that I have on my lips right now. And I've paired it with the Unearthly Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Reap, and that's what I have on my lips. Let me show you my final look. Again, this was like simple, so effortless. Like 3-4 shadow look are my absolute favorite, and these sparkle and shine like no other. Definitely Nomad Cosmetics have excelled in their formula now. I really love them as a brand. Talking about Nomad Cosmetics, there's another palette in the wish list that I already got in PR, so I definitely wanted to talk about it, and that is the Witch City Salem palette. You can see the art cover. It is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love this art cover so very much. And the color story, it is Halloween in a palette. Like these are traditional Halloween tones and I love it. I absolutely love it. I already did like 3 looks in my reveal video of this palette, and this is like the 4th look. I'll definitely do like a 3 palettes 3 looks video again, so you get like more and more inspiration out of that palette. I am actually loving these tones so very much. We didn't do anything in the inner corner, so let's actually do something there while we talk about the rest of the things. Next we have Hourglass face palette. Now Hourglass is actually releasing a bunch of their holiday palettes, and they are notorious of releasing it right now. It is $94. So it's a heavy penny. I do have Hourglass Snake palette with me. I do have their ambient light like the quad with me. But I don't think I need everything. Again, Hourglass is a very pricey brand, and I don't think that I'm a collector of Hourglass one bit. I feel like if I like those shades, I will get that palette, and if it is customizable, that would be amazing. But $94 is a heavy penny for me. So at this point of time, I'm just keeping it. I'll keep my eyes peeled on it. If it goes on a sale, then I will buy it. I'm not dying for it. Next, we have the NYX lip stain pen on the wish list. Huda Beauty did come out with a lip stain. And now I feel like NYX is also coming out. They came out with at like a very similar time frame, so I'm not thinking that they're copying someone, but I feel like they have more nudie shades, and because it's a drugstore brand, I would definitely give it a try. Again, this is something that I can put it in my cart when I'm making like another Ulta order, but for now I can skip on it, but it'll still be on my wish list. Next, we have the Ilia blurring blush. This actually looked so elegant in the pan. I am in love with the Rare Beauty blushes and the Tower 28 blushes this year. I am constantly wearing those. From the liquid cream blush formula, I'm still in love with the Glaminatrix one and M Cosmetics one. I absolutely love the Fui pudding pot. They always stay with me. I really love these. So those have not changed in my rotation, and I am very happy like still using those products. So I'm not like running out and buying it right now, so that can stay out of my wish list. Then talking about Tower 28 are coming out with the shimmer eyeshadow stick, which is, I feel like it's very close to the Dose of Colors shimmer stick, and I definitely can see myself like grabbing one whenever it goes on a sale. I feel like either it can be a Sephora sale or a Thanksgiving sale in Dose of Colors line, but I can definitely see myself grabbing one shade that is more like neutrally taupey leaning. I would love it. Dede Signature did reveal their Broken Jewels palette, and I feel like that palette is gorgeous. Okay, it's colorful, yes, but I also feel like the color story is broken down in such a genius way that you can create so many looks. I cannot wait to see like people revealing and like using those palettes so that I can see it on a similar complexions. But I am very excited for them. I definitely would try Dede Signature this year. I'm just looking for my perfect palette to use it. I don't want to just jump the bandwagon and buy it, but I also feel like out of the launches that has happened this year, Broken Jewels is definitely my favorite out of the lot. But also I cannot wait to see their holiday launches because they excel in their holiday launches. So I don't know, this doesn't seem like a fall palette because it was Broken Jewels. I am also hoping for a fall palette and a holiday palette, so we'll see. We'll keep our eyes peeled out on them and see what is the color story that come out next. But there's no doubt I am going to try them this year for sure. The next thing is Vang is actually a makeup artist of Selena Gomez, and he is actually getting out his makeup line, and he is creating like a whole collection, and which is launching pretty soon in Sephora, I think. But at this point of time, I'm feeling that I should stay away from it because it is monochromatic palettes that he is launching, and I'm sure when makeup artists create such like makeup products, they're going to be absolutely amazing quality. But eyeshadow palette is not the thing that is enticing me, just because I am not big into monochromatic palettes. If you know me, you know that I'm not into mini palettes and I'm not into monochromatic palettes, and he's coming out with all of the above. So I feel like I'm going to stay away. When I'm buying a palette, I'm actually looking for versatility and not monochromatic palettes. So that's why it's going to go out of my wish list. But I'm very excited for another makeup brand to come in Sephora, and especially a makeup artist brand. So very excited for that. The next thing that came and made my wish list was the Terra Moons Harvesting the Cosmos palette. And this is a bunch of single shadows that Terra Moons is coming out with, and you know how much I love Terra Moons, but I feel like whenever I'm buying single shadows, and I have like a whole big ass palette of like single shadows which I basically use when I'm like traveling or in office, I majorly go for the shadows that are more neutral leaning, especially for my office days. I hardly go for like any colorful shades. if I'm buying a colorful like shimmer shadow or a matte eyeshadow, I'm looking for a palette format, and I feel like at this point of time that is not calling out to me, so I can skip at this moment of time. But that's all that I had in the FOMO wish list, at least in front of me. That's all that I have right now, but I'm also filming a little bit in advance, so if there's anything else that is coming in this month, I will definitely capture it in the next month. But that's all for today. If you did like my video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You guys have to let me know, out of the things that I spoke about, what are the 3 things that you're most excited for? Sound it down in the comment section below. Are you more excited for the Dede Signature Broken Jewels palette or the BBB Beauty Coalescence palette, the collaboration with Nupour? I feel like out of the things that I do not have in front of me, those are the 2 things that are calling out to me the most. And I'm leaning a little bit more towards BBB Beauty, but sound it down in the comment section below. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.